I was a grade 6 kid. And my teacher took me to Shaikh. You know Shaikh, it's called Shaikh. I think it's called the planetarium now. That big little domish stuff that you drive by the freeway, you see it. Shaikh. I went there. And they showed us, science and the stars and all that. And then a lady was doing a presentation. I was a young kid, grade 6. And she got a balloon. And inside the balloon, she had filled it with little, the punch holes things, those little paper cuts inside there. And the balloon was full. And then she got a needle and she went poof, like that. And it burst and all the little stars went everywhere. And she said, this is how the universe was created. Like the Big Bang. Now, I started Hifz very early on in life. And I had read the verse, Allahu alladhi khalaqa sab'a samawati, that Allah Rabbul Izzah created the 7 heavens fi sittati ayyam, in 7 consecutive days or periods of time. And so when this person said that, I was like, no. But what's a grade 6 kid gonna say, So it annoyed me, it really did. We come from a very conservative upbringing, so I was very unhappy. So I came home and it kind of went into the back burner. I forgot about it. And then I was watching the news. I remember it like today. It was in my uncle's house. And the news came on and they said, the discovery of the decade. And discovery of the decade is not discovery of today. So, I paid attention to it. And they say it is confirmed that the world is made from the Big Bang. And I was like, that the world is made from the Big Bang. So what the lady had said, the birth, it was correct. But I still didn't know enough to. So I grew up, I went to uni, and in uni my research started. And I came across this verse and I want you to listen to it. قال سبحانه. So actually first, what's the Big Bang? So what they did, right, is they got infrared radiation and they bounced it at the celestial bodies, at the different planets and things that are flying about in space. And they noticed that each time it takes it longer to come back, which means it's expanding, it's moving further and further away because it's traveling further and further each time it comes back. So naturally, they figured if it's gone out there, if you rewind, it comes back to one point. So everything must have been joined together and then it burst apart. So hence the Big Bang. So they said the discovery of the decade. So everything joined together, burst. So I'm researching and I came across the verse, قال سبحانه, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Do not the unbelievers see أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and earth were all joined together and we burst them apart? Big Bang to the dot. Yeah? Everything was joined together and we blew them apart. And then he continues, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. And from water we made everything living. Everyone is unanimous consensus that water is the source of life. So when they look on Mars for life, they don't look for, aliens walking, they look for water. So if there's water, there's probably life there. And the Quran mentions it 14.5 centuries ago where man had no clue. Like, how would a person in the desert walking sheep come to the conclusion that you see this whole heavens? كَانَتَا رَتْقًا. They were all joined together. They were 0 volume. فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا. And we burst them apart. And for those, and I met a person at school and he said, this verse made me a Muslim. Like when I came across it, what else are you going to say? He says it to the letter that everything was joined together. And only the Creator will know how it came about at that time without any of the modern technologies.